Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. In the last episode, we came here to Morinth's apartment with Morinth. We got her interested in us, and she's definitely interested in us. Now all we need to do is keep her talking and distracted, which is going to be a dangerous maneuver until Samara shows up. We've got a few things we can look at around the house as well. Well, firstly, she's got an assault rifle we can just cheekily scan. Let's start off with the sword.
I was into dueling for a while. I love the moment you see it in your opponent's eyes. He knows you're better, and he's going to die. Have a Hallex if you want, but wouldn't you rather have all your senses be clear and sharp right now? I certainly do. A gift from a suitor. The statue's got more personality than he did. Still, he impressed me enough that he finally got what he wanted. It didn't end the way he hoped. I love any game where your opponent can believe he is about to win, just before you kill him.
Let's briefly talk about Morinth at this point. The build-up of her and all that kind of stuff is really interesting. Once you actually meet her, I feel like she's a really one-dimensional character. She's just like, I'm dark and edgy and mysterious and dark. I like violence and dark things. It doesn't really do it for me. So like Shepard playing up to it last episode, it almost just feels like it's taking the piss at some point. Anyway, what we really need to do is talk to Morinth.
I love clubs. People, movement, heat. I can still hear the bass like the drums of a great hunt out for your blood. But here, it's muted, and you're safe. Is that what you want, Shepard?
Now, here you're going to come across a series of charisma tests, basically. If you have enough either Paragon or Renegade points, you can hold off against Morinth's charm as long as possible. If you don't have the required morality points, you have to go for the options on the right, which are less good. That's basically submitting to her allures.
People feel safest right before they die.
It's true. We're never safe. I've never understood the fascination with safety. Some of us choose differently. Independence over submission? I think we share that, you and I.
We've both killed many times, but that's where the similarities end.
Why do you say that I've killed? What do you know? Let's stop playing games. Look into my eyes and tell me you want me. Tell me you'd kill for me. Anything I want.
Ooh, and we've just got enough. You need a hell of a lot of morality points to do this. It doesn't even matter we're doing it very late in the game. It actually judges it based on of the available, whenever you do this mission, of the available morality points up until that point, what proportion of them have you got? So you need to be doing bloody well whenever you are, and we've got enough to do it. Normally, if you haven't got enough morality points, you have to go, can't think, and you fall under her charm. However, we can be like, surprise, bitch.
Don't count on it.
But you... who are you? Oh no. I see what's going on. The bitch herself found a little helper. Morinth! Mother.
Do not call me that.
I can't choose to stop being your daughter, Mother.
You made your choice long ago. What choice? My only crime was being born with the gifts you gave me. Enough, Morinth! I am the genetic destiny of the Asari, but they are not ready to reveal this. So I must die. You are a disease to be purged. Nothing more. I'm as strong as she is. Let me join you. I am already sworn to help you, Shepard. Let us finish this.
Now, you only get the decision here if you are able to break out of Morinth's allure. If you weren't, then Samara kills Morinth. We have the option of who to save, which is interesting. I don't agree with either of them. I don't particularly like Morinth, and I don't like how one-dimensional she is. But also, she's got a bit of a point. Like, Samara's just saying, well, you were born this way, so you have to die. Just because it was basically live in seclusion or die. And I'm not sure that's entirely fair either, but Morinth enjoys what she's doing. She's a killer, and she loves hunting people and stuff like that, and that's just, whatever you think of Samara's options, that's not particularly acceptable, is it?
End of the line, Morinth.
And they call me a monster.
Find peace in the embrace of the goddess. I am ready to leave this place and get on with my life. Are you ready to go as well?
Do you want to talk about what happened?
Shepard, what do you think I will say? What can I say? I just killed the bravest and smartest of my daughters. There are no words. I will try another time. For now, show mercy on a broken old warrior and let us leave.
Let's go.
And there we have it. There's a real wet, crunching sound when Samara kills her in the end there. That is pretty grim. Anyway, we now have Samara's new bonus power, which is Reeve. Damages the target's nervous or synthetic systems to prevent healing, restores health, and gives a temporary health bonus when the power is used against organic. Also does double damage to armor and barriers. Bloody helpful, and it's actually the bonus power I'm going to take, given my advanced training. Anyway, let's head back to the Normandy. So, before moving on, let's have a brief talk about what we didn't do there. So, let's rewind back to that moment of truth. So what if we had chosen to side with Morinth here and kill Samara?
Morinth will be more useful to me.
You will regret your choice.
Goodbye, Mother.
Thank you, Shepard. My mother was as powerful as she was hateful. You helped me. Now I'll help you. Let me take my mother's place on your team.
You don't seem to care at all about the death of your mother.
Why should I? She was dead to me long ago. But I'll keep her alive for you so you don't have any complications with your crew. I'm a dead ringer for my belated mother. Few people can tell us apart. And I've practiced long and hard to mimic her in every way.
Have you absorbed your mother's powers?
Don't be silly. I have a wide range of talents beyond my biotic abilities. Acting is one of them. It took years to perfect, but when I was younger, posing as my mother brought its advantages. How do you think I originally escaped from Thessia? Let me just slip into this horrible uniform and none will be the wiser.
Let's go.
This is going to be fun.
So, as you can see, a completely different resolution to this mission, which is obviously not happening here. And you get Morinth, and Morinth is immediately, automatically loyal to you. So, she is, for most purposes, she's the same as Samara. She has the same weapons, most of the same powers, and in every major cutscene, she's the same. As she says, none of your squad know the difference. The only real difference is her bonus power. Whereas Samara gets Reeve, she gets Dominate, which is basically like AI hacking, but for organics. So you can kind of take him over briefly, which is mildly cool. So, whilst we're in Vision Didn't Happen mode, let's go and speak to Morinth. So, whereas Samara would normally be sitting in the middle here, Morinth is off to the side.
How do you like my look, Shepard? Convincing? No one has a clue about Mother. It remains our little secret.
What do you think of Normandy's crew?
They're an interesting bunch, but they're not you.
What do you think of our mission?
The Collectors are dangerous. I know I'd like them gone. Once that's accomplished, maybe you and I could celebrate.
Fun fact, that is an option. You can attempt to romance Morinth. It doesn't go particularly well, because as you know, those who mate with Morinth doesn't have a happy ending. I might show that at some point in the post-game if I have a chance.
Isn't it risky speaking in your own voice, Morinth?
I've spent centuries being discreet, dealing with any bug or probing eye. I've made sure that Edie can't listen in. We're safe here. I just want to be myself with you, Shepard.
You're so different from your mother.
She was a terrible mother. She did her duty with precision and care, but no love. She taught us how to honor the goddess, to be good Asari. She even tried to teach us the value of self-denial. I was a bit of a disappointment.
Some people take it hard when they disappoint their parents.
My mother disappointed me too, and my opinion is the one that matters. She was happy to lead a life devoid of pleasure and then die. But you die with or without honor, you're still dead. Take the pleasures you're offered.
You've been through a lot.
I'm always fine, Shepard. I learned hundreds of years ago to look out for myself.
We'll look out for you. But you have to look out for us too.
Of course. It's strange and new for me, but I'll do my best. I won't make trouble among your crew if that's what you're asking.
I won't tolerate any problems.
Shepard, I'd never risk my place on your team. You're like no one I've encountered.
I should go.
So soon? Well, don't stay away too long.
So, there's a lot of reasons why I'm not going to keep Morinth, and I'm going to go for Samara instead. Regardless of what I actually think of Samara, I also just don't particularly like Morinth. Like I said, I don't really like her kind of, oh, I am so dark and edgy kind of thing. She actually seems like quite a one-dimensional character, and also I just would not trust her 100%. Like, she's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm fine, I work for your crew now, I won't fuck up anything. Why the fuck not? She's lied and cheated and stolen and done all of that over 400 years. Why the hell would she be on our side? I wouldn't trust her as far as I can throw her. So, with that, let's go back to the real world.
Morinth haunted my dreams and waking hours equally. For the first time in 400 years, I am free. I am a ruined vessel of sorrow and regret, but I am free. It is not a feeling I can describe.
You did your duty. What about your feelings?
One of my daughters is dead. My hopes, my dreams were all bound up in my children. Still, my feelings have always come after my duty. The same is true of you.
You said that Morinth was a monster, but she was still your daughter.
She was the strongest and smartest. She would not accept the injustice thrust upon her. She fought to the end. I am so proud of her, Shepard.
Killed her for being what she was.
And I would again. But I also know what it means to leave everything behind and fight. Do you realize that she went on the run at the age of 40? I do not know human years well, but it is very young for Asari.
That line kind of annoys me a little bit. Not that one, but the one about she wouldn't accept the injustice thrust upon her and Samara being proud of her for that. I feel like Samara wouldn't recognize it as injustice. She'd be like, no, the injustice is that she didn't kill herself or go into seclusion or whatever. It doesn't seem like Samara would recognize that someone else is facing injustice and because that would make her wrong by her own code. I don't know. Anyway, rant aside.
Was it worth it?
It was never a question of worth, but of need. I had to take the action I did, as did she. This was never a story that would have a happy outcome.
What will you do now that Morinth is gone?
Assuming I survive your mission, I am a Justikar. Injustice still exists, and perhaps even other Ardat-Yakshi.
There's no way to correct the condition Morinth had?
We are an advanced species, but we don't have magic. When the trait manifests at maturity, it is too late for mitigation. It only occurs in purebloods like myself. Perhaps that is the root of the stigma regarding Asari-exclusive pairings. I don't know.
Morinth claimed that her condition was the future of the Asari race.
Morinth would say anything that served her cause. Ardat-Yakshi are sterile, Shepard. That wouldn't be a particularly viable future for my people.
I thought Ardat-Yakshi were extremely rare.
Asari have spread to many worlds. There are remote regions with no government oversight. If I travel to those worlds and they do exist, I will find them.
You don't want to settle down?
I did. I returned to my homeworld and tried to start a family. I will fight and struggle all my life. That is my fate. When I die, it will not be in bed. I am at peace with that.
You still control the direction of your life.
I have chosen this path. I truly am at peace, due in no small part to you.
And so there we have the kind of conclusion of that. I must say, while I really don't like Morinth's dark and edgy stuff, Samara's like fatalism, I'm not hugely keen on either. I really like Samara as a character mechanically in terms of in-game, but as a character, less keen. Anyway, there's one final thing we can get by talking to her.
Shepard, do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I believe I can use some of them to increase our fuel reserves so we can explore further. Shall I tell you what is required?
Show me what it would take.
So, this gives us access to the final ship enhancement, not counting the Medibay upgrade, because I'm not going to do that because it's expensive and I no longer have scars even, though actually, no, I couldn't even afford it. The extended fuel cells, which gives the Normandy extra 500 fuel. Oh, it doesn't even continue a conversation, that's it. Cool. Anyway, right, so that was a lot of prepositions there. Connectives, even. While we're down here, we have someone else to talk to. Let's go and talk to Garrus.
I can't believe the Shepard. Need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Yeah. I've been thinking about what we talked about. Blowing off steam, easing tension. I've never considered cross-species intercourse. And damn, saying it that way doesn't help. Now I feel dirty and clinical. Are we crazy to even be thinking about this? I'm not... Look, Shepard, I know you can find something a little closer to home.
I don't want something closer to home. I want you. I want someone I can trust.
I can do that. I'll find some music and do some research to figure out how this thing should work. It'll either be a night to treasure or a horrible interspecies awkwardness thing. In which case, fighting the collectors will be a welcome distraction, so, you know, a win either way.
You know, Garrus, if you're not comfortable with this, it's okay. I'm not trying to pressure you.
Shepard, you're about the only friend I've got left in this screwed-up galaxy. I'm not gonna pretend I've got a fetish for humans. But this isn't about that. This is about us. You don't ever have to worry about making me uncomfortable. Nervous, yes, but never uncomfortable.
So when should I book the room?
I'd wait if you're okay with it. Disrupt the crew as little as possible, and take that last chance to find some calm just before the storm. You know me, I always like to savor the last shot before popping the heatsink. Wait, that metaphor just went somewhere horrible.
I'll let you get back to work.
Right, because I'm in a great place to optimize firing algorithms right now.
It's so worth it just to make Garrus squirm slightly. He's so hilarious and awkward. Anyway, few things to conclude briefly. Let's head upstairs and read some messages.
No messages for you, Commander.
So, despite what Kelly's saying, there are messages for us. There's one which we got after doing Miranda's loyalty mission, from Oriana Lawson. I hope this is the right Commander Shepard. I'm Oriana. My sister only told me a little, but I don't think it occurred to her that I'm as smart as she is. I poked around a little and found an information broker who got me this address. I got to thank her, but I never really got to thank you for helping me. My parents don't really understand it, but I know how much Miranda did, how many little things over the years were her looking out for me. I'm not going to tell them. I still want to go to school and get some degrees, but I wanted you to know that you saved me. I wanted you to know that I know you saved me. I had a guardian angel all these years. I don't know if my sister has anybody. She said she's working for you, and it was pretty clear that you were doing something dangerous. Make sure she comes back alive, okay? Oriana. P.S. Don't tell her I sent you this. It would just make her angry. P.P.S. Miranda, quit looking at Shepard's messages. Oh, don't act like you don't. It's what I'd do. I do like how she plays up the aspect of that she is Miranda's clone, and they do think in very similar ways on account of that. Anyway, got to find a little bit of research to do. Let's do an assault rifle damage upgrade. Getting towards the end of that visualizer now. And let's talk to Mordin.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Sexual activity normal stress release for humans and Turians. Still, recommend caution. Warn of chafing.
You have a recommendation as a doctor?
Turians based on dextro amino acids. Human ingestion of tissue could provoke allergic reactions. Anaphylactic shock possible, so don't ingest. Also forwarding advice booklet to your quarters. Valuable diagrams, positions comfortable for both species, erogenous zone overviews. Can supply oils or ointments to reduce discomfort. Gave ED electronic relationship aid demonstration vids to use as necessary.
Wait a minute, Morgan. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery. Enjoy yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
Oh, Morden is just my favourite. I love him so much. And it's just like, he will get to that point when basically he notices pretty fucking sharpish when you start trying to bang any crew member, but he has specific advice when it's aliens. Like if you're a male and you try and sleep with Tally, he'll give you a talk about how to avoid like killing her and breaking her immune system and whatnot. Anyway, one final thing to do. Let's head up to the cabin. There's one thing we've been gathering that I haven't really shown off. And it's dead fish. Oh, my poor Thessian sunfish. Well, you know, let's just sweep them under the rug. There we go. Look at all these! A collection of model ships. So they are, that's a human freighter in the top right. Top middle is a Turian cruiser. Don't know what that one on the left is. Then obviously the Normandy in the middle. Geth ship on the right. And then the bottom is a Quarian ship. And I think that's another Alliance cruiser. There is also... Oh, my space hamster. I forgot about this bad boy. Oh, I accidentally loaded up the achievements. There is this huge model of the broker's ship here. I swear I bought one of Sovereign. Maybe I never actually bought that. Well, I'll clean all that up afterwards. So yeah, when I've been buying ship models, that's where they go. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, we've done all the optional content in the game. That's it, basically. Next episode, we're finally going to be getting back on with the main plots. We are going to be going to the brown dwarf Nemesine, in the orbit of which a derelict Reaper is stuck. And we're going on it to try and get an Identify Friend foe tag, which will allow us to pass through the Omega-4 relay unharmed, without ending up in a black hole or something like that. Thank you very much, and I hope you'll join me then. Good day.